Everything is brand new, everything is clean, a full set. I think it's an excellent view of the mountains. I'm satisfied. So friends, we're at the beach. Big boulders, lawns and zebras. Olga Land. Yachts, transfers, excursions, group and individual. Everything you were looking for in Antalya? Subscribe. So they even let us in a little earlier than 2 p.m. Everything is brand new, everything is clean, a full set of towels. Here, as I understand, there are shower caps, soap, cotton swabs, cups. For such a budget hotel, it's actually pretty good. Mirror, hairdryer, everything is here. Here, the safe is not open. I suspect it's paid, but I didn't check. There's a blanket here. A spare pillow. A decent number of hangers. And this is the room we have for 3 people. I booked the standard room. Interestingly, on the website, the room with an extra bed was more expensive. But here it just said standard. I was afraid there would be just 1 bed for the 3 of us. But everything is fine and reasonable. So there's this little armchair, a TV, a mirror. There's a table, a fridge with water, tea, coffee, and everything needed for making tea. Here's the balcony. I think it's a great view of the mountains as long as you don't look at the rooftops. And there's also a side view of the sea. As I understand it, no one has a direct view of the sea. All the views are like this from the side, except for the very last room. Alright then, that's it for now. We're going to get ourselves changed and then head out to grab some food for lunch. Well, my dear friends, I must say that I was truly and completely satisfied with that delicious dinner. There was plenty of fish, meat and liver. Now I'll show you everything. As for our selection of side dishes, we have white rice, golden millet, tender veal and fresh mushrooms. Liver, which is very tasty. Turkey and the peppers are also very delicious. Cake, sweet dessert, chicken with vegetables, crispy fried chicken and fresh fish. Creamy mashed potatoes, various types of pasta, rich and savory pasta sauce, cheesy macaroni, and a simple yet satisfying plain menu, all of which are incredibly delicious. Honestly, you really ought to give it a try yourself because it is truly delicious. We had it for lunch. Actually, the buffet is not very big in a week. The hotel is closing, so I think that's why the menu isn't very large. It's bigger during the season. So keep that in mind. And we have an additional table. Also kofte, stewed cabbage, beans, there were eggplants here. Chicken and sauce, heated vegetables, and a little salad. Turkey and rice again. Then there are cold appetizers. Cold appetizers are always strange to me. So, friends, we're at the beach. Look at how many sun loungers there are. By the way, the sun lounges are actually pretty good quality. We've already relaxed a little, had some rest. Mom and Dad went for a swim and discovered that the bottom is made up of large boulders. But here there's sand. I'll come closer later. It's just that right now we're going to get some drinks. There's a little area here. People are playing volleyball and there are hammocks. Overall, everything is decent, but Mom said that after entering the unpleasant sea here, she doesn't feel like swimming anymore. There's also a bar here. And of course, we have everyone's absolute favorite grandma, the wonderful gözleme. What kind did you get? I don't know. They just gave me something. Wait, with those potatoes? Honestly, I do not really know exactly what kind of those you have got there. Let's go. Right here at our cozy bar, we offer a wide variety of locally produced drinks and delicious ice cream. Personally, I absolutely love the craft beer. So, this is the kind of pebbles we have here. The water here is murky. Basically, there are pebbles there, and the water is clear. It is actually quite a long walk to get down there. And because of that, the safety buoys are positioned pretty far out for swimming. You can really see just how far out those people are swimming today. That's the way it is here. It's rocky, and then we have sand again. Overall, it's an acquired taste. I decided to move the car right under our window. Then here, it turns out you can clearly see the layout of the buildings. This is our first building. I don't know what it's called, that's just what I call it. Then there's another one, and there's also a more distant one. And accordingly, the farthest one is quite far from the sea. So the whole area is kind of stretched out, and there are certain spaces between the buildings as well. Now we're going to walk around the grounds and take a look. But you get the idea, it's just greenery, and it's not really clear how everything is laid out. By the way, you can actually come closer and take a look. You see, it's actually quite close. The next building is right there, and between them, well, there's probably a similar path. On one hand, our building is closer to the sea, but on the other hand, it's closer to the highway. You'll see it now. I'll give some feedback later on whether you can hear the highway. Well, you can actually hear it quite a lot here. Of course, you don't cross the highway. Alright, let's walk around the grounds. There are things like this. Elephants and zebras. They are really cool. Cool.
And zebras.
Zebras look exactly alike. Unreal ones. And right over here we have a very convenient little snack bar. Let's go, we'll just go in and see what's there. Some delicious cookies and a cup of coffee. There you can have tea or coffee, pour yourself some and sit. There's another bar there. And now we're walking between these two buildings. Here are all sorts of photographs. Leather, furs, shops. If someone forgot something, flip-flops, swimsuits, they have them here too, of course, at certain prices.
I lost you. And
Are we coming now? There.
your mother is already...
Is coming. This area right here is our main entrance lobby. Olga Land. Yachts, transfers, excursions, group and individual. Everything you were looking for in Antalya. Subscribe. Find Turkish one. Let's see what we have for breakfast. So, fresh pastries. Warm creamy porridge, nutritious oats, soaked in milk, sweet golden corn, a variety of grilled seasonal vegetables, freshly prepared lean cabbage, sizzling fried eggs, fluffy golden brown pancakes, a unique and interesting dish seasoned with pepper, classic fluffy almonds, and roasted potato. White porridge, fresh mushrooms and eggs. Here are various little snacks. Greens. Cereal breakfast. This is kind of, it's the first time I've seen something like this. What is it? Cold cuts. As I mentioned, there are quite a lot of cheeses at breakfast. By the way, here are some seasonal fruits. Salad of bread. This particular one with that is an incredibly delicious smoked variety. I didn't film the restaurant itself for you, it's quite large. There is an open area, or rather a closed one. There's also an open area. It's already really large at this point, so I am not quite sure how to show it to you properly. From what I can gather about the situation, it seems that this area is not completely filled up yet. These are our outermost buildings. There's a small hill here. Swimming pool. The pool is 1.4 meters deep. There's a small children's pool over there. These are the types of coffee machines they have. Water with added flavors. Can't really call it anything else. Coolers are everywhere. And of course tea. This is located right near the main middle buildings in the center. There's also a pool. Here it's 90 centimeters, 1 meter 30. I didn't swim in the pools, but honestly they're quite shallow. Let me share some general impressions now. We stayed here for 2 days. By the way, here's the bar, another one. In fact, everything is very clean. The staff is great, they do an excellent job. Yesterday we were waiting for the animation, but maybe Saturday is a day off. So I didn't get to see it, I didn't see any animation. The only thing that really leaves an impression is the beach. Although my dad found a small passage on the left side and went swimming, overall he was more or less satisfied too. But this is not a 5-star place. It's more like 4 stars. A solid, good budget option. About the food. I really like breakfast today. Yesterday we were late. Today it was served in full. There are still some questions about lunch. We are not planning on staying for lunch today, so I honestly don't know for sure if anything has changed there or not at this point. But basically, from the dishes that were available. Neither I nor my parents found anything. Nothing to really fill you up. They looked nice, but when we tried them, they were tasteless. Dinner in the evening was good. The liver, meat, and fish were excellent. So you need to understand what kind of budget you're choosing this hotel for. But we did have some hopes. The main goal was to spend time at the sea, on the beach. The entrance, of course, raises some questions. It's not that comfortable. If your main goal is the beach, then I think maybe you should consider other options. But I'll repeat, my dad already found it. There's an entrance, a well-trodden path, where you need to go in and immediately start swimming. If you have kids, of course, there are pebbles, so it's a question of how comfortable that will be. At the very end, there are these, by the way, they're placed all over the area. You can lie down and relax anywhere. Here's the children's area. So right here in front of us, we have a comprehensive set of presentation slides that we are going to be looking at today. The children's pool, it's perfect for little ones. It's enough. Fun zone for kids. Here's a playground like this. It will be very comfortable for toddlers. There's a cover for sun protection from the sun and from dust. And a kids mini club. Let's take a look inside. Here's the kids mini club. It's closed right now. In general, for those on a tight budget, the price matches the quality overall. But there were a lot of reviews about the animation team. Honestly, I didn't really see anyone from the animation team. I always book on Tavilat. You can check out the link. Everything is convenient for booking there. There is also a very comfortable lounge area with armchairs just like these. And as I showed yesterday, there are little shops on the right and left. If you need anything, you can buy it all here. Absolutely everything is available. If you decide to travel without any luggage at all, just fly out. Transfers and excursions are available, both group and individual. Everything you are looking for in Antalya. Subscribe.